Hi everyone, it's Kelvin, Mr. RC. Thank you for watching this video. I've just completed building the latest of the 3Racing touring cars, the Sakura 2018 Evo. And I'd just like to share with you guys a couple of things which I have found good and a few little things that I found to be a little bit annoying during the build process. So as you can see behind me, I do have a 3Racing Sakura Ultimate, which was a very good working beast for us and has had many successful races. Now, having built a variety of cars from your X-Rays to your Tamiyas, I am a big Sakura fan. So having built the Sakura Zero, the XI and the Ultimate, and now the Advance, I think that a couple of the information that I share with you guys hopefully will help you guys in making a decision on whether the car is for you or not. So let's have a quick look at the car itself. Yes, I do like the banana colored racing color scheme. So and here we have the latest from the 3Racing factory. Now, I do apologize, this is my very first video, so just bear with me. There is a couple of things that have been a good improvement on the car, and we'll start pretty much from the back and go all the way forwards, and hopefully I don't miss anything out. So now let's start with the actual evolution itself. Now it is pretty much all blinged up with the black stealth look. I particularly like how 3Racing has had the silver highlights on the aluminium, which I find very attractive looking aesthetically. Obviously a better move from the anodized pink that they normally run their cars with. So big tick in the box for that. So starting from the back, you can see that the sway bars here have these collars here. Don't know if you can see that, but be very careful with these collars. They are supported by bearings now, as opposed to the plastic ones that the Ultimates came out with. But if you do torque them a little bit too hard, they will break and thread themselves. So please be very careful with that. So now I'll talk quickly about the description once completed. Now 3Racing said that the car weighs in at about 1320. Now I've actually weighed this car, and it's with everything that I've got in the car, and that is the new X Factor from Trinity, the low profile servo, super tiny receiver, and lightweight low center of gravity LiPo. The car does come in at around 1345, 1350 with your transponder installed in there. So that's 20 grams away from what they initially have said in the actual description. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they were using a lighter pack, or I don't know whether they were using a lighter motor. I don't think that, at the moment, the latest that's come out at 144 grams, there really isn't, many other motors out there that would be around the same weight. So yes, I do have the fan on there, but I think every touring car would have one. They actually have the dual fan setup in the instruction manual, which I haven't gone and installed because obviously that there's already a fan on the ESC. So now going back to the rear of the vehicle, you can see that don't know if you can see that. Well, anyway, the differential outdrives here, the actual Advance 2018 Evo came up with these steel outdrives now, which is quite heavy, and also the drive shafts on them as well were heavy steel ones. So I've opted to immediately pretty much just remove them and replace them with the ultimate ones, which is lighter. That's the outdrives and the drive shafts, and obviously lower weight, less rotating mass. Hopefully it'll go a little bit faster. So the actual Spur, don't know if you can see that there, the Spur mount setup is similar to the Sakura Ultimate, which is one screw that goes through the center of the pulley. The drive ratio comes in at about 1.9. So I've got this car set up for 13.5, running around 3.7. So on the final drive ratio. Going through the car, the servo mount has now gone through a carbon fiber change as opposed to the, again, heavy aluminium that the Ultimate came with. The steering system has been revamped as well. Now, I have not driven this car yet. It's literally just been put together, and I'm hoping that in the next couple of days I'll be able to take it out and give you guys a quick review on how it performs. So now in building the vehicle, they did recommend that to install shims where the suspension mounts are located, but what I found was they were quite tight already, and it was unnecessary to actually put the shims in. So I've opted to leave them out so that there was enough room in there and there wasn't any binding. So maybe in, I don't know, with production, maybe they had some some of the cars come out that required them, but in this particular case it didn't. So moving forward now, I do apologize, I am saying a lot. I'm not going to go and edit too much with this video, so again, apologies guys, apologizing too much, but we'll keep pushing on. Moving on again to the front of the car. Again, it's the stabilizers with the bearings, which is similar to what the newer touring cars are coming out with. So good job on 3Racing for adopting that system as well. Now I did find that with the front spool, they've gone down the I think it's a 38 tooth or 39, I'm not sure, plastic spool. Now the first Advance that came out in about 2017 did have the aluminium versions of that, and like the Ultimate, it also came with the aluminium ones, and I immediately replaced them with the solid plastic ones because they were just too heavy. Now, it's important to note that these cars are not as light as your X-ray touring cars, your T4s. You know, they are quite heavy, so any weight savings is good, particularly when it comes down to stock racing. You are really at your weight limits already, and you know, these guys definitely need to go on a serious diet. So moving through the drive shafts at the front here, they're similar to what the Sakura Ultimate ones were, and but with suspension, I think that you know, they're all pretty much aluminium, and I quite like them. Yes, it probably would have been better if they picked a different color as opposed to the anodized brown there, but hey, you know, it's too late for that now, so we just make do. At the front here with the bumper supports, it is aluminium again. Now you do have the option in the bag to install the lighter plastic ones, but you know, a couple of grams, you know, I'm sure maybe you might save maybe 5 grams, but the aluminium definitely does look a lot better. So all in all, I think it's a very well designed car. Performance wise, I don't really know how this one will go. If it, you know, performs as close to what my T4 does, then, you know, I'll even close to that, maybe, you know, 90% that, then I'll be happy. I hope it doesn't have the oversteering characteristics that the Sakura Ultimate had, where I had to turn down and seriously remove front grip because it just oversteered so much. So perfect for stock racing, but once you went a little bit higher in speed, it was very difficult to control the rears. So all in all, I think flaws on the car, well, design wise, I think for the price point, I mean, you are, you know, talking, you know, on average, and this is Australian dollars, you're looking at about 350, you know, and you can get that on you know, various websites. Obviously sometimes they're on sale, but at the price point that it's in, I think it represents pretty good value, but then again, obviously it comes down to the performance of the car. If it does perform better than the Sakura Ultimate, then I'll definitely update you guys on that. But other than that, all in all, I think you know, even for your novice to your intermediate builders, you know, the car will be quite easy to put together in one night. So just a couple of coffees and you should, you know, have it ready by the morning. So the only thing that I was a little bit disappointed about was the fact that, you know, they did advertise and they did detail in the description that you know, the weight comes in at the 1320 limit. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe perhaps you know, the battery was, you know, super light, but, you know, I don't know what more you can do. Maybe they weighed it with a 5,000 milliamp hour pack, and maybe they had a Johnson 540 on there and not one of these, or but I don't know. So weight's not the be all end all, but when it comes to stock racing, yeah, look, if you've got a couple of grams to play with to control and balance the actual car, then that's definitely advantageous. So other than that, guys, if you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. But having obviously built the Pig Sakura Zero, raced the Sakura 6 and the Ultimate successfully, and now moving into the Sakura Advance. Yes, you're saying, yeah, why are you racing? Why do you enjoy racing the cheaper, Sakura 3Racing cars as opposed to the much easier to drive and much more race proven X-Ray T4? It's a simple fact that it really comes down to your driving skill, and if you can beat cars triple the cost of what you're bringing out on the racetrack, then it gives that winning sensation, that much more satisfaction. So thanks again for watching, guys. Hopefully you've learned something, and maybe I've shared something useful that you can utilize yourself, or perhaps it's been a waste of the 16 minutes of your life that you'll never get back. So thank you so much again, and I'll chat to you guys next time. Thank you.